In this tutorial, I'll show you how I created a 3D Sandman that I can use in other projects. Type Paint 3D in the search bar and click on the Paint 3D app that appears in the Suggestions panel. Choose New on the Welcome screen and open the 3D Shapes panel. Choose the sphere shape. Click and drag out the shape. Holding down the Shift key as you drag will create a perfect sphere. With the shape selected, go to Edit Colour to change the colour of the sphere. With the shape selected, copy the sphere and then paste it and move the duplicate into position. Reposition the second sphere and use the resize and rotation handles to achieve the look you're after. Then repeat the process to make a sphere for the head. View your creation using the 3D view and right mouse click and drag to navigate around the object. Make the necessary adjustments and then click on 3D view to go back to the standard view. Select one of the parts of the model and then, in the 3D selection panel, choose Select All to select all 3D components and then choose Group. This will keep everything together and avoid parts moving out of place. Now to put a texture on the model. Open the Stickers panel and choose the middle icon Textures and choose Sand. Click and drag the texture over the model to cover as much as you can. If you click on the tick, you'll commit the texture and then you can bring the texture in again to cover more of the model. In this case, the better way is to click on the Stamp tool on the left. This commits the texture and at the same time creates a duplicate texture that you can apply again, and keep doing this, rotating the model using the free rotation tool. Keep applying the texture in this way until you have the entire model covered. When you've covered everything, click on the Reset Rotation tool to bring the object back to its original position. Then click anywhere on the canvas to deselect the texture. Next I will make some buttons. Open the 2D Shapes panel and click on the circle. Drag out a circle holding down the Shift key to create a perfect circle. Then select the fill colour and the line colour, in this case none. Before you do anything else, and with the red circle still active, click on Make 3D. If you don't do this, the circle will become part of the canvas and cannot be moved. Next I'll make a black buttonhole using the 2D circle shape. As I drag the 2D black circle shape over the red button, it becomes a sticker. Move it into position and then click the Stamp tool to commit and make a copy. Then move the copy into position and click on the tick to commit. I can resize the button, and I now need to transform it into a sticker that will adhere to the surface of the 3D model. Then drag the button over to the model and put it into position. And when in position, click the stamp tool to commit and copy. Move the copy into position, commit and copy again. Place the third and final button, and this time click the tick to commit. I will make some eyes, and this time use the stickers supplied in the program. I'll choose the owl eye. Resize and position, and then click the stamp tool to commit and make a duplicate. Place the other eye into position and click tick to commit. I will change the colour of the eyes from orange to blue. Open the brushes panel and choose the fill bucket and a blue colour. Then, with tolerance set at 15% and opacity at 100%, click just on the orange around the pupil and repeat on the other eye. For his nose, I'll go to the 3D shapes and select the cone shape and choose the orange colour swatch. Then drag out the shape. Rotate the cone 90 degrees and then move it into position on the face. Use the 3D view and right mouse click and drag to see where the nose went. And while in this view, you can move the nose forward, or go back to the standard view and use the Z-axis handle to bring the nose forward. And make any adjustment. A quick look in 3D. Then make a selection, select all and group to keep everything together. Next, I'll give him a mouth. Open the stickers panel again, and this time I will click on the folder icon and navigate to a PNG image I have with a transparent background that I can bring in as a sticker. Resize it, move it into position and make any adjustments. Then, when satisfied, click on the tick to commit. Next, I'll go to the 3D library to find a hat. I'll type hat in the search bar and scroll down to the Father Christmas hat. Clicking on the hat loads it into my project. Resize and reshape the hat to fit on the Sandman. Use the 3D view to help position it correctly. A final check. And then select all and group. To make some arms, I select the tube brush and the lowest thickness I can get, and drag out an arm. The small circles that appear help you to manipulate the shape. Click the tick when done. I then use the same tool to drag out a couple of fingers. Make a selection, then click on Multi-Select, which allows you to add to your selection. Then click Group. Now the parts of the arm will stay together. I'll put a bark texture on the arm to make it look more wooden stick-like. Keep applying the texture as we have done earlier. I will fast forward this bit. It's a bit fiddly because of the shape. When it's all covered, click on the canvas to deselect the texture. Final resize and put the arm into position. Use the 3D view to view your model. Select the arm and in the 3D selection panel, choose Copy and Paste to duplicate it. Move and horizontal flip his right arm and move into position. He is not meant to be perfect, so I will also flip the arm vertically. And reposition it. One final look using the 3D view. Then select All and Group. Go to Menu, Save As, and choose to save as a 3D model. Then save the project as a Paint 3D project so that you can make changes later if you decide to. And that is how I built my Sandman. Thank you for watching.